The popular image of incarceration often centers on sprawling, fortress-like facilities designed for convicted felons serving sentences measured in decades. But the everyday reality of the system looks like this. New Jersey's county jails are local, temporary holding centers, built for individuals serving very short sentences or those awaiting their day in court. In these local units, a significant majority of the population hasn't been convicted of the crime they're being held for. Under law, they are presumed innocent. Because of this constant rotation of people entering and leaving, a county jail functions as a volatile, transitional ecosystem. Its stability depends entirely on movement. State lawmakers recognized the strain on this system and overhauled the rules, shifting New Jersey to a risk-based pretrial release model. This allowed judges to send people home while they await trial if they aren't a threat to public safety. By diverting thousands of lower-risk individuals, the state expected to unclog the local system entirely. Yet in 2026, the data shows a strange disconnect. While statewide detention numbers fell, we still see stark, localized pockets of severe overcrowding, often in counties sitting right next door to perfectly stable regions. If the state successfully reduced the number of people entering the system, why are these local pipelines still backing up and bursting at the seams? Think of the jail system as a pipeline. To understand overcrowding, we must track how quickly it processes and releases people. Even if fewer enter, the internal population skyrockets if the exit valve narrows. Short stays become months. This backup is often fueled by administrative delays. When court dockets get backlogged, hearings are delayed, and the legally innocent spend more time waiting. Short-term sentencing patterns add further pressure to this crowded pipeline. Because many serve sentences of just a few weeks, local beds are constantly turning over, but rarely sitting empty. Finally, for those who pose a legitimate safety risk, detention is mandatory. These high-security cases require a bed until the trial concludes, locking that space up for the duration of the legal process. In this light, modern overcrowding looks less like a sudden crime wave and more like a mechanical failure, a justice pipeline that has slowed to a crawl. System pressure also stems from the physical constraints of the facilities themselves, many of which were built for a different era of corrections. This diagram compares a standard cell block to a specialized unit. Today's incarcerated populations require intensive resources for health, mental health, and substance use interventions, which occupy significantly more square footage than a general housing unit. Staffing levels further limit usable space. Without enough officers, a normal headcount becomes dangerous to supervise safely, effectively shrinking the jail's capacity. When the population exceeds what staff and buildings can handle, the human toll is immediate. Noise levels rise, all privacy disappears, and physical conflict escalates. This environment is particularly damaging to the legally innocent. Routine services slow down, cutting off family contact and making it difficult to coordinate a defense. When a jail reaches this breaking point, it stops being a neutral holding center and becomes a punishing environment for the legally innocent. Local counties cannot simply build their way out of this crisis. Adding more beds doesn't address the underlying delays in the pipeline. Instead, counties rely on administrative strategies to relieve the pressure, such as diversion programs for lower-risk cases, improved internal case management to speed up turnover, and alternatives to incarceration where appropriate. State agencies provide an extra layer of oversight through the Isolated Confinement and Restriction Act. This reporting gives the public a window into whether facilities are managing their populations legally and humanely. Because conditions depend on shifting arrest patterns and local staffing, the situation is never static. A jail that is stable one year can face an overcrowding crisis the next as local variables change. Managing a county jail is a permanent, daily balancing act. It requires protecting the rights of the legally innocent, keeping the community safe, and ensuring these facilities are never pushed past